Hey yo, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown if it doesn't crash. It's been crashing lately when I try to use this Bandicam shit. Um, Quick rundown on how to use Julie and what's good for PvP. What's good for PvE is not, genuinely good for PvP. See, I got all the outfits. Same for Colt, max level. Got plenty of shit. Yeah. I'll go through weapons first. What's good to use? A, B, C tier. This I'd give it B tier. It's all right. Good for PvP though. Not on the strong side. The next is the Spiker, C tier. Shit for PvP. Not really worth even carrying. Doesn't do much damage. Maybe only upside is when you get the one that where it is if I have it unlocked somewhere. Like that's good. The one that tags enemies, yeah. That's alright as well. Next is the 4-pounder. It's A tier. Shoots fast. Has some good mods as you can see. So I wouldn't really keep. I don't have it on the loadout since it's strong, but you can have. There's better options. We have the limp. I have it as B tier. It's all right though. There's better, obviously. You can use it. You'll get kills with it. Just not what you'd like want to rely on. Same with this. It's good though. I have it as B tier since it doesn't have many corresponding mods that help it be better. Like this right here. This is A tier. Have it as a main. Super strong. Gonna put on the double mods on it and make it even stronger. So that's why this is A tier and this is B tier since you can't put any double mods on it. Next is shotguns. Really all of them, all shotguns are like useless. Don't use heritage guns. They're fucking trash. Even though, they're epics, they're not anything worth keeping. Only shotguns you want to use are the 50/50s, since they have like automatic. Get near them, have the slow shot. It will make it so they can't get away, and you just fucking destroy them. So if it gets close quarters, that helps. Same with this, close mid-range, close quarters, and then long range. For the snipers, A tier, A tier. It really depends. These can be like, if you want to use a sniper or you want to use a sniper, they both have their ups and downs. This aim faster, you can use it close range as well if you get good, but this is like, you can't really use this close range unless you throw in the mods that make it so you can. So I wouldn't rely on it. It's good for picking them off far away. This is B tier. Just like it's all right. It's a machine gun. You can't go wrong with it. So you can there's things that can replace it, so you don't really need it. Next we'll go to slabs. Some good slabs are Aether and Shift. Those are on my A tier. Shift is you have to have Shift. It helps with disorienting the Colts, along with replacing any movement upgrade slabs. You don't want any movement upgrade slabs in here. If you have a movement upgrade slab like double jump, swift shadow, catfall, you don't want any of those. You want shit like this. Helps with combat. since the shift slab will replace any movement upgrades you need. If you want to go faster, you'll use shift. If you want to stop fall damage, you'll use shift. You want to use shift for movement. Next is the support. Support can be replaced. It's like this can be changed out. I just have Aether on since it's versatile. Helps with sneaking. If you want to fuck around with the cult a bit, Ibis also is A tier. What's close to A tier that I switch this out with sometimes is maybe I'll switch out with Nexus. Not often. This is like situational. If I just want to play around with it, I'll switch it out with Karnas. If I just want to pick up the cult, you can use it to pick up the cult and just blow his head off and all that crap. Havoc's also good, but you have to like switch to it, and I primarily use like this. I don't use this much, and I use this, which makes it so I have to worry about it turning into a submachine gun when I usually use it for the dual pistol purpose. I don't really use Havoc like at all. I just primarily use shift and Aether. For the perks, good perks, I'll just go through them. You don't want to use, you don't want to use, you don't want to use, you don't want to use. Yeah, I guess you can kind of use power plasma depending on the build you want to go for. You don't want to use, works for builds you can go for. Works for pretty much anything. Works for builds. You don't want to use. You don't want to use. Works for builds. You don't want to use. Yeah, you don't really want to use. Works for builds. You don't want to use. You don't want to use. It works for builds. You don't really want to use this. You can use turtle shell for it. You kind of want the damage more than the reduction. Good. You can be using anything. Pretty good. Or using certain scenarios. Yeah, you don't want to use. Good for any build. Good for certain scenarios. Don't want to use. Don't want to use. Don't want to use. Good can be useful if you want to build a build around close quarters, like with shotguns. You don't want to use. 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 Works for if you have weapons that shoot a lot of ammo. I have it all equipped right now. It helps. So it's pretty good. And this works for builds. It's like the dual pistol build that I was talking about. The ones I've currently got equipped help for just general purpose. I had a machete build on last time, which are pretty powerful. What was I going to talk about? I would get in a game, but I got that Bandicam free, so it's only 10 minutes, and I got 8 minutes used up. I'll probably do a separate video on that. Some tips I can give would be if a cult rushes at you and like starts swinging their machete up in the air. Same goes for Julianas. If they get too close to you, just use your shift ability and shift up into the air. When you shift up in the air, you let me see. Right here, you reach further, and this can also help. You shift up in the air, and you can fall and spam F or whatever your air assassination move is, and you'll instantly kill them. So it helps with dealing with them if they get too close. The Aether helps if you want to sneak around a bit, sit on top of roofs, and don't have to worry about getting your head shot or peeked. I'll probably post another video showing good mine locations that always work for me, and good techniques on the rushings and all that crap. I'll probably make some separate videos on that if this turns out helping out people. Yeah, that's about it.